The next act and style show is a, how do you say, pirate?
Pirate.
Pirate in English, yeah?
Pirate.
Yeah. So that guy, his name is David BREEN. He acted as a pirate and called himself Captain Fortune.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Alternative video.
Very good. In Arabic you speak, huh? Just like your country. You are waking up now here. Enjoy the video.
Speaking of females aboard ships, let me tell you about another specific story. And this story here has a bit of a song too I want to share with you too. This is about a beautiful young woman. Her name was Anna. Now Anna herself was desperate and passionate about going to sea. Now, she had dressed herself in sailor's clothes to make herself look like a boy. And she commissioned to serve a captain on his long sea voyage. Now, Anna herself became the captain's cabin boy. However, one night, even though she served him faithfully, one night, as she was bringing food to the captain, it was during a storm, and the waves pushed and splashed and pushed and splashed, and eventually she approached the captain and dumped the entire tray of food all over him. In a panic, she ran from the angry captain, and the crew themselves, I had caught up with Anna, or Andrew, as she went by, grabbed her, and then they ripped off her hat. As she had kept her hair tucked in, she kept it in as much as possible. They ripped off her hat and realized, this is a woman. Aye, it was bad luck to have a woman aboard the ship, and the captain himself even agreed. So they took Anna, picked her up, threw her overboard, and her new voyage would be aboard the Flying Dutchman. Anna would be forever known afterwards as the handsome cabin boy. It's of a pretty female, as you may understand, her mind being bent for landering unto a foreign land. She dressed herself in sailor's clothes, or so it would appear, and she hired with the captain to serve him for a year. Her cheeks, they were like roses, her hair done up in curls. The sailors often smiled and said he looks just like a girl. But eating of the captain's biscuit her color did destroy, and the waist did swell of pretty Nell, the handsome cabin boy. Oh, doctor dear, oh, doctor, the cabin boy did cry. My time is come, I am undone, and I will surely die. The doctor come a-running and a smile at the fun, to think a sailor lad should have a daughter or a son. And sailors, drink your tartar rum, and do I wish you joy, and here's hoping for a jolly lot more like the handsome cabin boy. I have another story. It was kind of a tragic story I wish to share with you folks. In the town of Gloucester in the 1700s, there was a fishing vessel. It was called the Squirrel. Now, the Squirrel would sail out in the harbor of Gloucester, and one fateful day, the ship was attacked by a pirate ship captained by a man named Jack Phillip. how Jack Phillip attacked the ship and decided 'twas time to make it his flagship. And the members of the Squirrel would join up as part of Jack Phillip's crew. Now, the captain of the fishing vessel, the Squirrel, was a man named Andrew Harridan. And what Jack Phillip didn't realize was that he was a clever man. Now he convinced his first mate, John Fillmore, to mutiny against Jack Phillip and his crew. And in a big heat of battle against the remaining men loyal to Phillip and Harridan's crew, Harridan would sneak up behind Phillip. And he would take a razor-sharp axe, what he would use to cut up fish. He snuck up behind him and he separated his head from the rest of his body. Both the pirates and the fishermen saw this, and they were shocked to see this. His next step was that he would take the head, dip it in pickle juice, and then nail it to the mast of the ship. And then from that day forward, any fishing voyage he would go on, he would have the head dangling of old Jack Phillip. That head would stay there to serve a warning to pirates of what would happen should ye mess with Andrew Harridan and his crew. Tragic day in piracy. Let's have a moment of silence for poor Jack Phillip. All right, that's enough. Aye, now me myself, before I leave ye off from Sal's show, it's been a pleasure being here on Sal's show. I myself had a fate. I was docked in a port called Agotor, one of the popular pirate ports that was set up by a man named Gentleman Jason Williams. Now, me and me mates were celebrating at the tavern when I realized one of me mates was an imposter. I went up to that crewman and I took off his bandana. And in the process, I saw he was wearing a wig itself. Remember when I told you about Captain Warren? This gentleman was now Commodore Warren. And he had sailed to the ends of the earth to find me, for he wanted me to pay for taking his wife from him. And I was taken prisoner. And there in the tavern, he set up a rope and a stool. Forced me to stand on the stool. He put the rope around me neck, and he read off what me crimes were. And then, just as he was about to kick the stool out from under him, all the candle lights and lanterns in the tavern went out. And a huge clap of thunder was heard. And he said it, "Captain David Forktongue is dead!" Oh. As if I would end the show like that. I didn't die. The minute the lights wore out, I took the rope off me neck and ran and hid. And when I came out, we took the Commodore prisoner and celebrated even more. But unfortunately, we had our back to the Commodore and nobody was paying attention. So there was the Commodore tied to his chair, and he managed to escape and snuck out. And then we saw that the whole Armada was after us. So we departed Port Agotor, went back aboard our ship, and sailed off into Sal's show, where I have come to share these wonderful stories about my life at sea and many other pirates by me, Captain David Forktongue, a.k.a. David BREEN, pirate actor, and you can soon see more of these stories at www.youtube.com/CaptainDavid31173. These will be coming soon. Thank you, and you are watching Sal's show.
What do you think, John?
What do you think?
Well, frankly, this gentleman does look like a pirate.
Pirate, yeah.
Yeah,
did a
he
good
really
job.
does.
Very good job.
Could be related to Blackbeard for all we know.
Yeah.